And hello, everybody, and welcome to Synergy Theater Online. My name is Ken Adams. I'm the Artistic Director of Synergy Theater, and it is Thursday evening at 6:00 p.m. here in beautiful California. And that means it is time for another fully improvised live piece of theater from Synergy Theater. Thank you all for being with us on YouTube and Facebook. If you're watching us on Facebook, sit back and enjoy. If you're watching us on YouTube and you would like to interact with us tonight and offer suggestions for our improvisation, then we would love you to do that. And in order to do that, we are going to need you to log into your YouTube account. So go ahead and do that, just like Valerie has done that. Thank you, Valerie, and welcome. And Karen Harrell has done that. Thank you, Karen, and welcome. We are so excited to be here today with another performance of one of our fan favorites, and that is Station Wagon. But of course, we are not just here today. We are here tomorrow and every Thursday and Friday at 6 and 7 o'clock. So come on back all the time. Tomorrow at 7 o'clock, we are bringing back Artemis Inc., our hysterical workplace comedy. So I hope you'll come back tomorrow and watch us there. When we are in the real world, Synergy Theater performs at the beautiful Leisure Center for the Performing Arts in Walnut Creek, California. We're not in the real world right now. We are here and we are all making the best of things as we work and play and live from home. Hello, Muriel. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's awesome to see you. And we are delighted to be here coming right into your home. So now it is time for us to get some suggestions for our show tonight. As I told you, tonight's show is Station Wagon. The year is 1978 and the whole gang is piling into the station wagon in order to go on a road trip. So here are the 3 suggestions that we need from you. When you'd like to give a suggestion, just type it into your YouTube chat, and that's how we'll be able to choose. So the first one is, where is our gang going? They're taking a road trip across the country. What is their destination? Go ahead and type that into your YouTube chat, and we will choose one to be our suggestion tonight. Now, while you're working on that, I'll give you a chance to start thinking about the other suggestions we'll need from you tonight. And that is, why are they going there? Why are they going there? So we know they're going somewhere, and we want to know why they're going there. So why don't you go ahead and all right, I think this is an excellent suggestion for where and why they're going. They are going to Athens, Tennessee, and they're going to Athens, Tennessee because they can't afford to go to Greece. That suggestion comes to us from Synergy Theater superfan Valerie George. Thank you, Valerie. They're going to Athens, Tennessee because they can't afford to go to Greece. Now, the next big question is, why are they going there? And Karen Harrell tells us they are going there to find treasure. So we'll incorporate that in there. They're going there originally because they can't afford to go to Greece, but somewhere along the line, they are looking for treasure, and we'll be sure to incorporate that. Now, for our final suggestion this evening, you know, when you're on these road trips, you always stop off at those wacky roadside attractions, don't you? Yes, you do. So the question is, what is one of the wacky roadside attractions that our gang is going to stop off at on their way to Athens, Tennessee? Something like the world's biggest ball of yarn or something like that. Once on a road trip, we stopped off somewhere and we saw real dinosaur fossils in the cement in this large lot. And that was awesome. What is something that these people are going to stop off to see? And Heather Adams suggests dinosaur fossils, but I just offered that as my own personal anecdote. Why would Heather Adams know anything about my own personal anecdote? Randy Salvador tells us that they're going to the Sloppy Joe Museum. The Sloppy Joe Museum. All right, you folks are awesome. Thank you all for being here. Let's see if I can review all of the suggestions and then we'll hit the road. We are going to Athens, Tennessee, originally because the gang could not afford to go to Greece. Somewhere along the way, they're going to be looking for treasure, and they will stop off at a couple of roadside attractions, and at least one of them will be the Sloppy Joe Museum. Thank you all so much. My friends, please enjoy Station Wagon.
Oh my God, this is so fun. You guys are gonna love Tennessee. You really are.
Thank you. I guess I can call you Mom now. Well, you're sitting next to my mom. But, you know, and George, Mom, is it okay if George calls you Mom? Carmen?
Absolutely.
Okay, sure.
Well, why, Jolene, do you have something to say to us about George here?
Well, Mom and Miranda, we didn't want to say anything before this trip, but we just got married. It was a small ceremony in the courthouse, but this is why we've invited you here, because we're married.
Oh, now, honey, that is just such grand news. Now, come on, Carmen.
It's not grand, Miranda. What the hell are you thinking, Jolene? You didn't even discuss it with me. I'm your mother.
Well, with all due respect, Mom, I don't need your permission. George is a wonderful man.
No offense, George, but I wasn't saying you needed my permission, but wouldn't it have been at least respectful?
Well, we thought it would be a fun surprise gift because your birthday's coming up in 10 months.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Yeah.
Why we eloped. But look, I'm sorry that we didn't tell you before. But look, this is our honeymoon. We've brought our mothers with us, and we're going, wait for it. Okay. To Athens!
Well, we're going back to my hometown. Oh, Carmen, this is just so exciting. I knew we were going to Tennessee, but I didn't know y'all wanted to go to Athens. Now, come on, Carmen, let's get in the spirit of it. You knew these children were going to get married someday.
All right. So what is the spirit of Tennessee, of Athens, Tennessee? Tell us, Miranda.
I'm going to start driving while we're talking.
Well, Tennessee is the home of my great grandparents, and I was born there, but I left soon after with my own parents because they just needed to get out of Tennessee and all of the, all the stuff that goes on there. Oh, but it is gorgeous. The few times I have gone back, the food, the location,
I heard a lot of good things about the food. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah. Well, when George told me that you were from Athens and that we should go there for our honeymoon, I have to admit, I thought he meant Athens, Greece.
I did, but hey, money's tight, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Carmen, I want to say that, money is tight. That's why we decided to have a small wedding. Well, rather by small wedding, of course, we got married at the courthouse. But I think this is our celebration, being together. And to me, this is truly the wedding ceremony. So don't feel excluded, okay?
Well, I have to say that it's disappointing that you guys surprised me with it. But hey, what more could two moms ask than to go on the honeymoon with their children? So it's all good. And George, all these years you guys have been going together, you are like a son to me.
That really means a lot to me. Carmen, Mom.
That's what I like to hear. Now let's just get going. I am so excited. You guys have just made me the proudest mom ever.
Well, we're on the way.
You know, I'm really excited to go see that Sloppy Joe museum.
You know, I don't know if we're gonna have time.
Well, no, we'll have time.
Oh,
It's only, let's see on the map here. You just take Route 66 and it's nearby. It's only like a 4-hour drive from here, sweetie. Let's go.
Oh, Jolene, you'll love it there. They give you samples and everything. It is so good.
You know, we could call it a Sloppy Jolene.
Good one.
Now we've had enough of that
Question.
nickname.
What's the difference between Sloppy Joe's and Manwich? I've always wondered.
Huh.
Well,
I think it's because one is made by a man and sloppy joes are typically made by women in the kitchen.
And I guess we'll find out at that museum, which I just can't wait to go to.
That's the spirit.
On my honeymoon, nothing better than a Sloppy Joe museum and just, you know,
Mom.
celebrate our marriage.
Now,
With
why don't the two of you turn up the radio a little bit. Carmen, now don't you be upset. Come on, we're supposed to be having fun.
I'm trying, Miranda. It's just, I don't like surprises.
Well,
And to be honest, I don't like Sloppy Joe's either.
honey, this is their honeymoon. Now we need to make the best of this.
Miranda, I really am trying. See the smile? I will not let on that I'm a little taken aback. But
Hey.
I do love your son.
Oh,
But-
I hope I'm not interrupting, but I was thinking we could play I Spy with my little eye.
Okay.
Okay, I spy with my little eye something green.
The money that we don't have.
No. Sweetie, why do you keep bringing up our finances?
Oh, nothing. It's just, you know, when we agreed to get married and when we got married, it was such a beautiful time, you know, but we didn't get to, you know, celebrate it with our families or friends because we didn't have money for it. And then you told me you were going to sweep me away on my dream honeymoon. And this is it. I guess we're on it with our moms to Tennessee.
You know what? Let's not play I Spy. Let's not play that at all.
Carmen, why don't we try to get them to stop and you can have a nice little chat with Jolene and we'll take
Read my mind.
and I'll take George off and we'll go get a soda.
Perfect.
Get him to pull over somewhere.
Jolene, honey, I need to use the little girls' room. Do you think we can stop?
Yeah, okay. I think there's a rest stop over here soon.
Yeah, there's the exit right here.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, this looks good. Let's use the restroom.
Okay. Can you come with me, honey? Because I'm gonna need help with my zipper.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll be right back, baby. I love you.
Yeah. I love you too.
And George, while they're going into the restroom, you and I can go catch a soda somewhere. What do you think?
Yeah, okay, sure, let's go.
Okay.
There's a diner right over there. Let's go get a drink.
All right.
and welcome to George's place. I'm George.
Well, ain't that a coincidence?
Huh. Yeah, my name is George too.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You know what? You're the third George I've met this week. First, there was this fella named George who came in on Monday. Then there was this fella named George who came in on Tuesday. And now a fella named George coming in on Wednesday. What do you think that means when a fella named George meets 3 Georges 3 days in a row?
A lot of people are named George.
Ha!
Oh, now, George, I think that means there's a sign here somewhere, and that just means good luck.
Well, what can I get for the 2 of you?
Well, I would just like a soda because I'm a bit parched. So a soda pop for me.
How much do your sodas cost?
Oh, George,
Well-
on me. Don't do
No.
what he wants.
No. How much is a soda?
Just 39 cents.
I'll have a water. Glass, no ice. Tap.
Well, now, George, I can buy you a soda. I
No,
don't.
that's okay. No, Miranda? That's okay. Water is just fine.
All right. Well, now, why don't you and I have a nice little chat? We hardly ever get to do that, George. So now tell me, why did you all elope and not let us know? You know how that just broke Carmen's heart.
It was my idea.
But why?
Jolene wanted a big wedding. Or not even a big wedding. She just wanted a wedding. But, I convinced her that this would be more exciting and fun. And I was lying to her because I recently got laid off.
And you didn't think to tell her?
Well, I'm going to get another job soon. And when I get another job, then I'll tell her. So this is just between you and me, okay?
Well, now, honey, you cannot start a marriage on a lie.
It's not a lie. It's just not telling her the truth.
Well, in my book, George, that is a lie. And that is not the way to start a marriage and a life together. Now, I think you need to make some amends, not only to Jolene, but to her mama.
Listen, I can't. It's not. Yeah, I didn't tell Jolene that I lost my job. That's not a lie. And I don't want to tell anyone else. And I shouldn't even have told you.
Well, now, George, it is written all over your face that there is something wrong. So now you are with your family and we are here to support you. But I don't think Jolene is going to take kindly to a lie. That girl is stubborn and she got a mind of her own.
She's not going to take kindly to it because.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here is your soda, and here is your water, no ice.
Thank you.
I know this might sound a little ridiculous, but I was wondering, ma'am, if you wouldn't mind going to the restroom for just one moment and allowing me an opportunity to speak with George here.
Well, now, Sugar, you read my mind. I have needed to go for the last hour.
Okay.
I know this seems like an imposition, but I just had to talk to you privately for 1 minute, George.
Okay.
You see, George, the truth is, I was hoping that a third George would walk into the restaurant today. I couldn't say anything before in front of that woman because of the private nature of this communication. But when you walked into the restaurant and turned out to be the third George in 3 days to come to George's, part of a family prophecy had come true.
What prophecy?
George, I need to tell you a long, boring, but ultimately important story. You see, when I was just a child, no bigger than a grasshopper's knee, my grandfather gave me an old, faded piece of paper, and he said This paper is a treasure map, and it leads to a fabulous treasure. I was just about to open it up, but he took his craggy hand and grabbed my wrist with the strength of a vice, and he said, "George, no, don't open it now. Open it only on the day of 3 times George." I did not know what that meant, but I have held on to it ever since. And now, all these years later, George 1 came in on Monday, George 2 came in on Tuesday, and now, Wednesday, George times 3. In the meantime, I received a terrible communication from my doctor just the other week, George. I'm dying. In fact, I have only 12 minutes to live. I was hoping that I would find the secret of this treasure map before I die. And now I understand. You, George, you are George times 3. And that means this treasure map was never for me. It was always for you. Take it, George times 3. Take this treasure map and find that treasure. Now I am going to go in the back room and die. If you would be kind enough to pay cash and leave it in the register box on your way out, I'd appreciate it. Under the circumstances, I do not need a tip.
Spit it out, Jolene. I can tell something's wrong. Your mama knows.
Mom, I'm pregnant.
Are you happy about it?
I am happy about it. Of course I'm happy. I'm thrilled.
You don't seem thrilled, darling.
I'll let you
do not seem thrilled.
I'll let you do the math on this, but I'm about 4 months along. And we've been married for a month. So it is the 70s, Mom. The times are changing, so I hope you're not mad.
Honey, you know that I'm a feminist, and I'm not mad. I just wish that you would come to me for birth control.
Well,
I wish you had come to me about getting married to George. Because I'll tell you, honey, you do not seem happy.
Mom, I'm so happy. I love George with all my heart. And I cannot wait to have his baby.
But you don't have any money.
That's
Babies
what
are
worries me,
expensive.
Mom. I didn't plan this happening, and I should have come to you.
Yes. Well, listen, I'll help you through this, but you know, I don't have money. I can't help you that way.
I know, Mom. I don't want your help that way. I feel like in the past few years, you and we haven't spent much time together. We haven't talked much. I was hoping you being here would be a reconciliation of sorts.
Jolene, I know I haven't been the perfect mother. I know I've been so busy with the ERA and, well, listen, I would love nothing more than to reconcile, because I do love you, baby. I do. I can't say I love your choices, but I do love you.
Mom, I just don't want to go to this dang Sloppy Joe museum.
Honey, I think you've got a lot more worries than Sloppy Joe's. What is it about the Sloppy Joe Museum that...
Well, for one thing, as soon as I walk in and smell the sloppy joes, my morning sickness is going to go wild. And Miranda doesn't know, and we don't want her to know yet.
Why? You've got to tell her. She seems understanding.
Ma, she is not understanding. The one thing she made George promise her was that he would never have premarital sex.
All right, I'll keep your secret. And it's a good thing you're not showing. You know,
Mom,
what?
I'm just really worried. With us having a baby and not having much money, and there's something else. I got let go from my job. Don't tell George.
Well, thank God he has a job.
I know.
You too.
I can't have him know. I mean, what are we gonna do with the baby coming on and me out of work? I'm worried, Mom, and I just want your emotional support, at least.
Well, you've got my emotional support, but Jolene, think of it. What went wrong with your dad and I was that we kept secrets from each other. Secrets aren't a good way to start a marriage. I won't say anything about anything, but think about it, honey. You chose this man as your husband. I'll support you in whatever you do, and I'll love you no matter what. And God knows if needs be, you guys can move in with me.
Thank you, Mom.
I love you, baby.
I love you too.
I'm coming.
Treasure, you're gonna get me out of this mess, Treasure. You're my chance. Oh, hey, sweetie.
Baby. Ooh, I had to pee.
Yeah. That's okay. Good.
Really had
Bye. Hey, here's a fun idea. Why don't we take a little bit of a detour on our way to the Sloppy Joe Museum? It's right on the way.
to. Anything to delay it.
Oh, good. So you agree. Great.
Yeah, where? Where to?
Oh, just the guy inside, George, he gave me a map to a fun time place. He said you're going to have a great time with the family there, and being a newlywed couple, that you and I and the family will love this place. It's a real treasure. Okay, so let's just go.
We're having fun with another family?
No. It'll be just us. He said, I recommend you go here. He gave me the directions. So why don't we have a little adventure?
What's going on? I hope I didn't interrupt you two.
Oh, no. I just was telling Jolene that we should have a little side adventure and check out a new place.
I don't know about having family fun. I think we should just,
I thought we were going to the Sloppy Joe Museum.
We are going to go to Sloppy Joe Museum. Sweetie, start the car and drive 4.8 miles and take a left at a mailbox.
Carmen, you feel better now?
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I feel bad.
Okay, I see a mailbox.
Good, take a left.
Okay, we're going.
Now drive down to a large oak tree. It should be a mile ahead.
That looks like an oak up there.
Yeah, there it is. Pull up next to it.
Is it a special oak?
It says here now I have to go outside and dig 2 meters underneath the oak. I'll be right back. Stay here and have fun. I'll be right back.
What is
Jolene, what is he looking at? What, is that a map or what?
Yeah, he said that some guy gave him a map in the diner. Guys, Miranda, do you know is something going on with George? This doesn't seem very George-like to me.
Lord help me.
Where is it?
I promised I wouldn't say anything, Jolene, Carmen, but he lost his job. And I just cannot hold that secret. It is too big for my britches. It is too big.
Oh, that's really, 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 really bad. Oh, Miranda, this is very bad, isn't it, Jolene?
Yeah, it's about as bad as it can get.
Oh, honey, you look green around the gills. You gonna throw up?
I think I'm gonna throw up.
Oh, no, honey.
Miranda,
Carmen?
What?
you've got,
Oh, dear.
can I trust you?
Well, you can trust me as far as you can throw me. I might say that since I just gave up George's lie. What is it?
Well, you can't tell this one.
I-
Jolene lost her job too,
No.
but you can't tell him because we have a solution.
Okay, what is it?
We don't know yet,
Oh,
But-
Carmen,
but we're going to get her a job. We're going to get her a job. Just what is wrong with George? How could he marry my daughter when he doesn't have a job and lie to her?
don't know. I do not know what that girl sees in him. And now she's out there sick.
What do you mean you don't know what? Don't you even like your son?
Well, he lied to me, and he knows how I feel about that. Not the way to start this marriage. George, you better have a good reason to be out there.
Oh, you okay, honey?
I found it. The treasure. A spoon. It's a spoon. We're going to be rich. We're going to be filthy rich.
What in God's name are you talking about?
Listen, that guy, the diner, the waiter, his name was George too. And just before he died, which was 13 minutes ago, he told me that his family left him a map, a treasure map to treasure. And he gave it to me before he died because my name was George as well. And he said I'm part of a prophecy. And then the directions led to this oak tree, and I dug where it told me to dug, and I found this old spoon. So this must be made from some sort of precious metal. We have to find a metallurgist to get this appraised. We're going to be rich.
That's
George.
the treasure? The spoon?
Yeah.
George, that makes no sense.
Is this about?
Just a minute, Carmen, before you kill him.
Ah,
Let me see that spoon.
Here you go.
George, I'm worried about you. Is
Miranda,
this about
is
what
there a history
we're
of mental
expecting to
illness in your
happen?
family?
Hold on. There's a lot of talking going on here. What's
George.
going on here? Why is everyone so freaked out?
Now, just y'all wait. Now, Carmen, take a look at this and tell me what you see. There
I
is
see-
something written on the stem of this spoon.
Yeah.
It looks- Yes.
King George the Third?
You
There
did better
is-
than I thought. Sweetie, we're going to be rich. And I can tell you now, I lost my job. We have nothing. But that's okay, because now we have this spoon that's going to change our lives forever. King George. I like the sound of that.
George, I don't think that's it. There's instructions on here. There's
George.
more to this.
George, I lost my job too, and I'm pregnant.
Oh,
You're pregnant.
King George the Third is the name of a brand that makes spoons.
You're
It's at the
pregnant?
Sloppy Joe Museum.
Wait a minute. So that's not. Let me see the spoon again. You got to hand it over here.
Oh,
Hey, thank-
just take it.
says, yeah, King George, Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah, they're sold at department stores.
Sorry.
Catalogs?
It's,
They're very popular.
it says, with the treasure ye find, ye able to feed the mouths of those you love. Is this like a metaphor?
And Jolene, you are pregnant? George!
Mom,
What did you talk about?
It's not a sin. It's an act of love and a creation of life.
Miranda, I know you're from Tennessee, but don't be so old school. She's a woman. She can be in charge of her own body.
I'm going to get out of this moving car.
Birth control.
No, George, wait. No.
Now, where is he going?
I don't know. I think
George, get back in this car.
it's only a couple miles to the Sloppy Joe factory. Maybe he's on his way there. I think I need to go find him.
Carmen.
Miranda, this is a big, fat mess.
I've failed this family.
Well, another wonderful day at the Sloppy Joe Museum. There's nothing I love better than coming to work each day and open. Oh, we already have our first visitor. Welcome to the Sloppy Joe Museum, the sloppiest museum this side of Athens.
Oh boy, there's quite a scent in here, isn't there?
Oh, absolutely. We have the most aromatic Sloppy Joes that any Sloppy Joe museum has, and that includes my brother Jacob's Sloppy Joe Museum. Oh, are you all right?
Look, I'm looking for a man. He's a gorgeous man, olive skin, shining, glittering
I'm
eyes.
sorry, young lady. I appreciate that, but I'm already married.
No, my husband. I think he came here. Is he here? He loves the Sloppy Joe Museum.
Ma'am, you look to me like you need to vomit.
Okay.
Well, I'll just have to relabel that exhibit. What's
Sorry.
the matter? Oh, there you are.
Jolene.
George, what's going on?
Jolene, I'm not a fit man for you. You need to find someone else.
George, what are you talking about? Of course you're fit.
I can't even look you in the eyes right now, Jolene, when I say these words. We're through.
What? George, you can't leave me. George!
I can't be the man that you need or the father that my child needs as well. You deserve better.
So what, you're just gonna run away and leave us alone?
Yes.
What about that night that we shared together before our
That
wedding?
night and every other night since, Jolene, it's the best nights of my life. But until I become a man, I'm leaving you.
Wait a minute, please. Now, I realize I'm nothing but the owner and curator of the most successful Sloppy Joe Museum this side of Athens, and that includes the one owned by my brother Jacob. But if you don't mind, I do feel like I have a little bit of authority in this place, and I think I can help you two if you'll give me a chance to talk.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, I want you to look at my prize exhibit. This Sloppy Joe on a sourdough crescent roll was made in 1937 by my great grandmother. Yes, and it's been in the family ever since. And there's an important story connected to it. You see, that night, my great-great-grandfather came home and he wanted a steak, a delicious steak seared on both sides and dripping in butter. But my great-great-grandmother did not have a steak that night because she burnt it while cooking it for him. So before he got home, she chopped it up and she turned that steak into this sloppy Joe. He took just one bite of it, and it was the most delicious thing he ever tasted. And he was so happy that he had a sloppy Joe that night instead of the steak that he wanted, that he was so filled with confidence and joy that he quit his job, went into business for himself, and they opened up the world's leading sloppy Joe chain of fast food restaurants, and everyone in the family has worked for them since, except my brother Jacob, who's a jerk. But the point is that sometimes you think you need a steak, but in fact, life is often sloppy. And sometimes the best thing in life is not a steak, but a sloppy Joe.
Wow.
That was beautiful.
Very
Thank
touching.
And even though I feel like I need to vomit immediately, that story touched me.
There's one more part to
George.
it, and that is a little bit of a sadness that touched our family. But I only tell you this to teach you that sadness too is a part of life. You see, my grandfather only ate with one set of silverware, a precious King George set of silverware that he was given on his wedding day. Well, that night, after eating the sloppy Joe, my great-great-grandmother did the dishes, and a thief snuck into the house and stole our King George spoon. My grandfather was so upset that it almost cost him his health and his life. And even though he was a successful businessman, he died angry and cynical because of the missing spoon. Ever since that day, my family has offered a reward of $10 million to anyone who can find and return that King George spoon. Again, I only tell you that to show you that sometimes there's hopelessness and grief in life as well.
Mister?
That's great-granddaddy's spoon!
I found it!
Where?
Using this map given to me by a guy named George who died 23 minutes ago.
But I don't understand. That whoever stole that spoon must have somehow gotten it to someone who buried it somewhere, who made a map that somehow got to this boy of yours.
Well, obviously, but I don't care about that. Here's your treasure. Here's what you've been looking for, and we'll take that reward.
Yeah.
Mister, I've been keeping that $10 million in this satchel bag underneath that crate in just such a ridiculous coincidental happening.
Do you mind if I grab it?
I don't mind. Do you mind if I take my family spoon?
By all means. We're rich, Jolie. Look.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna be parents, and we're gonna be happy and wealthy. And
Yes, I can't believe it. This is a dream. Pinch me, Jolene.
yeah, pinch you.
I'm alive and awake.
Well, I've got to go call all my relatives so that I can spread the news. I'm afraid I'm going to have to close early. Where were you two headed to anyway?
Athens. Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Oh, I know. Athens, Tennessee is beautiful. Do you two know all about the crystal wedding chapel they have there?
No.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's entirely made of crystal. And they say that anyone who renews their wedding vows in that crystal wedding chapel will have good luck and love and happiness for the rest of their days together.
Jolene, I'm going to get down on one knee. Away from the vomit.
Thank you.
Jolene,
Yes.
your hand. Will you marry me again, Jolene?
Yes. Yes, I will. In front of our moms.
Yes. Let's go outside and tell them the good news. Thank you, mister. You
Thank
saved
you.
our lives.
We'll always support your Sloppy Joe business, and we'll never go to your brother Jacob's museum.
He's a jerk.
Thank you, sir.
Mom? Come over here, quick. We have great news.
What?
I'll
We're
be
waiting for
right
Mom.
there. What
Come
is
on,
it?
Miranda.
I'm here.
Look at this sack of money. $10 million.
What? Oh, my stars.
And Jolene agreed to marry me again, and we're going to get married at the Crystal Chapel in Tennessee with you there.
Yes.
The Crystal Chapel. I used to go there as a child. That is a good luck place for all weddings. My mama and daddy got married there, and they had been married forever. Oh,
I have dreamed so long of seeing my little girl on her wedding day. And I thought that had been taken away from me, but no. This is the best day of my life.
Me too.
Oh, and guess what? I found out Manwich is the original Sloppy Joe. I stole this from the store.
Oh, good. I mean,
Oh.
you mean the first place we went to, the diner?
No, the museum. I snuck
Oh, the
in.
museum.
that was going to bother me for a long time. I was going to have to look it up in the encyclopedia when I got home.
What a day.
Oh, let's get back in the car. Wait a minute. I see that museum guy. He's running at us, screaming for his Sloppy Joe can. Back in the car.
Hurry up.
Let's get to Athens. We're not that far.
Go. He's almost here.
Hit it.
Come on, Miranda.
I'm coming.
Mom, hurry up.
Miranda, did you
I'm in. Okay.
Go.
Oh,
Whoa!
Turn left.
We're there.
Drive right.
ouch, God.
Hit the brakes. We're going to stop.
Oh,
Oh, we got away. He's
Okay.
right there.
And here we are. Athens, Tennessee.
my hometown.
Hey,
There's the chapel.
Mom. Look, after this wedding ceremony that we're gonna have, I think maybe we can plan a trip and go to Athens, Greece.
For sure.
We can afford it now.
And Miranda, depending on when we go, you and I can take care of the baby and leave these two to have maybe a proper honeymoon with the two of them for a while.
Sounds good to me.
I think that is the way to do it, Carmen. They need to be on their own and start their life.
Look,
Now
there's a
let's-
chapel over there. Oh my God, you can see through it. It looks like you're in the sky. Look at that. Let's go. Wow, it's beautiful here.
Oh, hello.
Hello, sir.
Welcome to the Crystal Chapel.
Beautiful.
Are you the pastor?
Yes.
Wow, you must have worked here a long time.
Yes.
Well,
Well, you're Pastor John. I recognize you anywhere. It's the twinkle in your eye.
Miranda.
Oh, Pastor George, it is so good to see you. And now our little family is complete. Marry my two children here. Make us happy and make them legitimate.
By her 2 children, she doesn't mean that we're related, just to be clear.
Yeah, we're
Not that it would even matter.
Well,
okay. Well,
Yes.
let's go on with the ceremony.
All right. Young man, why don't you recite a vow to your bride?
Miranda, I'm going to do this on behalf of our family, Mom and Mom. Jolene, the first day I saw you, I knew that you were more than what meets the eye. And the more I got to know you, the more I fell in love with you. And I just want to tell you that you're the best thing that's ever happened to me and the best thing that will ever happen to me. And I can't imagine being with anyone else and to have a family with anyone else. You're the love of my life, Jolene.
Young lady, why don't you recite a vow to George here?
George, I love you so much. You're my best friend. And even though you were prepared to run away from your wife and child, I know that you would have never done that. You'll be with me forever. You're going to be an incredible father, and we're going to be wealthy as hell doing it.
I now pronounce you married. Christy, just
Again!
let me watch.
Praise be.
Oh,
Goodbye, everybody. The Crystal Wedding Chapel always be with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we did it for real.
So, Mom and Miranda, you were able to be there for our wedding. Let's forget that the first one ever happened. And now we're prepared to really do this thing right. Start a family, get jobs, and be a family together, all of us.
We are a family, and you are a daughter to me, Jolene.
and you're a son to me, George.
Thank you. Hey, Jolene, did you put the money in the trunk, right? After we ran away from the guy?
Huh? What?
You put the money in the trunk, right? When we ran away from the guy?
It's a good one. No, because you had it. You had the bag. You had the satchel.
Uh-oh.
And that's our show, my friends. Thank you all so much for coming out and watching our performance of Station Wagon. Let's bring our whole cast back out on stage. And on the count of 3, let's give a great big bow to the audience. 1, 2, 3. My friends, this awesome show, Station Wagon, was created, technically designed, and directed by Griffin Beer, who is right there. Give a wave, Griffin. Carmen was played by Lynn Shields. George was played by Arastu Darakshan. Jolene was played by Valerie Regalia. And Miranda was played by Nikki Vilas. I'm Ken Adams, the artistic director of the company, and you are the most awesome audience ever. Please come back tomorrow at 7 o'clock Pacific time for our next presentation of Artemis Inc., a very funny workplace sitcom, and every Thursday and Friday thereafter for something completely improvised and all based on your suggestions. If you think improvisation is fun, it really is. You ought to give it a try, and you can by taking an improv class with Synergy Theater. We teach online improv classes. Go to synergytheater.com. We have classes for every level from pure beginner all the way up to seasoned professional. Click on the School of Improvisation and take a class. We'd love to meet you there. Also, Synergy Theater is a 501c3 charitable arts organization. We always depend upon the beneficence of our friends, fans, and family and patrons in order to help us fulfill our mission of building a better world through the art of improvisation. We promise we're going to be here as long as we have to, providing free online entertainment for the entire world. Until we can all get back outside again. It's free to you. It does cost us something to do these shows, though. If you could help us, we'd appreciate it very, very much. Please go to synergytheater.com, click on Support Synergy Theater. Any amount of money that you can give us right now would go a long, long way and be very, very heartfelt. Thank you again all so much for being here. Have a wonderful evening. Stay safe, stay warm, stay dry, And always remember that Synergy Theater loves you. Good night.